to explore. And so I try to encourage that at least, knowing that that may mean that they aren't going to get that first job that they really, really like, but that maybe it's the second or third job in today's world.
Rob?
We spend a lot of time talking about career progression. The data that I like to cite, and it's pretty dated data at this point. The ABA Foundation did a study, I don't know, probably 20 or 25 years ago, that at the time showed that lawyers change jobs an average of 7 times during the course of their careers. And I'm not aware that there is more current data than that. But my intuition tells me that if that kind of study were done now, we would find that that number may be larger. And so we spend a lot of time talking with students about this concept of career progression and thinking about how do you build on one internship to sort of tack to the next one, or how do you build on your first job out of law school to get to where you ultimately want to be. And the data, I think, can be empowering for them to hear that this is sort of mainstream, that there is a lot of mobility within the legal profession, and it causes them, I think, to think strategically about how you build on one position to get to the next. I'll also say, I hear this talk about real estate. It strikes me, to use that as an example, I think it's important to spend a lot of time educating students about what different practice areas mean. I think we assume that a first-year or a second-year law student knows what a commercial real estate practice is, and very often they don't, and that's not through any fault of theirs, but you have 1 year of law school and your concept of real estate is what you've taken as property. And so I think it's important, and we're trying to do a lot more of this in terms of educating students about, under those umbrellas, what exactly are you doing if you're a commercial real estate lawyer, or what, or you talk about being an environmental lawyer. Well, there are so many different paths under that umbrella of environmental law. So I think it's incumbent upon us to educate them and sensitize them to what these labels mean, because it's very often inconsistent, I think, with what their intuition or their perception of what different practice areas are. So I think the combination of educating them about what the practice areas are and making them understand that career progression is important. All of us who work with students, we hear about option maximization, and they're so concerned about limiting their options, and part of that, I think, is because they may not be as informed as we would like for them to be about what different practice areas are.
Irina?
Well, it's really interesting with a large program, a large summer program, and a large entering class. We approach things a little bit differently in that we are often looking for the best available player, and are perfectly fine if students don't know exactly what they want to do. We have a rotation program for incoming associates where they can work in different practice areas for a few months, and then if they like what they're doing, they can settle in that area.